Have you ever felt like God does not hear your prayers when you are suffering? This story shows how one woman found healing power in 3 simple words. God, I trust you. It was a dark time in the South. In a small place called Riverdale, there lived an old woman named Miss Sarah. Her face showed many years of pain, but her eyes shone with a deep peace. Everyone knew her because she stayed calm, no matter what happened to her. Miss Sarah lived alone in a small cabin at the edge of the settlement. Every morning, before the sun came up, she opened her door and whispered softly into the darkness, God, I trust you. Then she started her day with quiet strength that no one could take away. The people around her noticed something special about Miss Sarah. When life was too hard, when they felt broken and hopeless, they came to her cabin. She sat under an old oak tree, and when people talked to her, they felt a little less broken when they left. One cold evening, a young woman named Ruth came to Miss Sarah. Ruth's face was swollen from crying. Her eyes held deep pain that could not be hidden. Miss Sarah, she said with a shaking voice, they took my baby boy today. I held him this morning. By noon, he was gone. I have prayed and prayed, but nothing changes. Does God even see what they do to us? Miss Sarah held Ruth's hand gently in hers. Sit down, child. What do you feel when you pray? Ruth lowered her head slowly. I feel angry. I feel lost. I pray, but I don't believe God will help us. I think He forgot about us. If you have cried out to God from deep pain, wondering if He hears you when life is unbearable, then you know what Ruth felt right now in this moment. Ruth, praying is important, but what we do after we pray is even more important. Let me tell you a story that changed my life. Many years ago, there was a man named Samuel. He and his wife were enslaved on a big plantation. His wife was taken away one morning. Samuel did not know if she was alive or dead. He prayed every day, but his prayers felt empty because his heart was full of anger and despair. One day an old man came to Samuel and asked, "Do you pray?" Samuel said, "Yes, but it does not help. God does not care about us." The old man said, "You pray with your mouth, but not with your heart. After each prayer, do you whisper, 'God, I trust you'?" Samuel had never done that. He was too angry to trust anything. But the old man said, "Your anger is right, your pain is real. But if you only hold anger, it will destroy you from the inside. If you add trust, God can help you survive." From that day, Samuel changed his prayer. Every morning, every evening, he said, "God, I trust you." At first, it felt wrong. How could he trust when everything was cruel? But he said the words anyway, even when his heart didn't believe. Slowly, something in his heart changed. Not his situation, he was still enslaved and suffering, but his spirit began to heal. The anger became less hot and burning. The peace became stronger and deeper. This peace gave him the strength to survive another day. One day freedom came. Samuel was free. And he said, "The peace God gave me through trust was my freedom long before my body was free." Miss Sarah looked at Ruth with kind eyes. God hears every prayer from our people. But when we pray only with anger and sadness, we cannot feel God's answer. When we say, "God, I trust you," we open the door for God's strength in our suffering. Ruth wiped her tears slowly. How can I trust when they took my baby? How can I trust a God who allows this to happen to us? Trust does not mean you understand why God allows bad things. Trust means you believe God is working, even when you cannot see it. Say the words, Ruth, every morning, every evening. God, I trust you. Say them even when you are angry. Say them until your heart feels them. From that day on, Ruth did exactly that. Every morning in the fields or lying in her cabin at night, she whispered, "God, I trust you." At first it felt wrong and strange, but slowly something changed inside her. Not her situation, but her heart and spirit. The crushing weight became lighter. The darkness became less dark. This gave her the strength to keep living. It gave her the strength to help other mothers who lost their children. When you say, "God, I trust you" in the darkest moment, you are not accepting evil. You are refusing to let evil break your spirit. That is the strongest thing you can do. Then something began to happen in the settlement. Other people came to Miss Sarah, a man who had been beaten badly by the overseer, a woman whose child had died from sickness, a young girl who had been hurt and felt shame and fear. To each one, Miss Sarah said the same thing: pray with your whole heart, and after each prayer, say, "God, I trust you." One by one, the people began this practice. "God, I trust you" in the morning, in the fields, and at night as they held their children close. Slowly, something changed in that place of suffering. People did not stop hurting. The whip still came down. Children were still being sold from their mothers. Yet the spirit of the people shifted. They began to sing again, to help each other more, to hold on to hope. Not because life improved, but because they found strength amid suffering. Years passed slowly. Miss Sarah grew older and weaker. Ruth grew stronger in her spirit. The beaten man learned to walk again. The grieving mothers became strong and helped other mothers survive their own losses. One evening, Miss Sarah sat under her old oak tree. Around her were the people of Riverdale. Ruth sat beside her, scarred but unbroken. The beaten man stood strong. The grieving mothers held each other. Even the young girl who thought she would never smile again smiled. Miss Sarah whispered, "God, I trust you. Thank you for showing us that trust in you is not about understanding why evil exists. It is about refusing to let evil destroy our spirits. It is about keeping hope alive. Your faith right now, in this darkness, is the most powerful force in the world. God sees your trust, and He honors it with His strength. And so, the settlement of Riverdale became known as a place where people had learned to truly trust. They understood that trusting God does not make your problems disappear. It does not stop the evil, but it means your spirit cannot be broken, even if your body is suffering, because healing begins in the spirit. And the spirit heals when it learns to say and mean 3 simple words: God, I trust you. These 3 words are not magic. They are not pretending that pain is not real. They are a promise, a decision. When you speak them with a real heart, even while suffering, you open the door for God's strength in your life. Maybe you are struggling with something that feels impossible right now. Maybe you are carrying pain that makes you want to give up. Try this. After each prayer, say, God, I trust you. Say it even when you don't feel it. Say it every single day, and watch how your spirit begins to heal, even when your life is still hard. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone carrying unbearable pain today. Subscribe to Life's Tale-Book for more stories about faith in hard times. Tell us in the comments, have you found strength through trust when life was darkest? We'll see you in the next story.